What I'm about to share with you is I do not endorse this, but it is interesting, and I seriously do not believe any of the stuff that I'm about to tell you, at least in the latter half. Um, so we're doing Ancestry research, and I'm using Family Search, and all I put in my name, my family, up to my great grandparents. And I was able to get a little more information about my great grandparents. So, why is this weird? Well, you're going to be really, really surprised at what the LDS Church has done. And I'll prove to you that I'm related to Jesus. So, here we go. My mother is Mary. My name is Chris or Christopher. My mother's mom, Alice, we go through the Budwig family. Her mother was Olive Root. Interesting, right? I think it's conspiracy. Olive Root. Then we get to this family because we have Budwig and Root. Root and Haskins. The gene gets carried down into the Haskins genes, into Haskins Carlisle. Then we go from Carlisle to the Babcocks, and we go through the Babcocks until we get to Samuel King. I think Samuel King was somebody that I may have read about in Plymouth, Massachusetts area. Now, this stuff I do believe is fairly accurate. My DNA does match up to a lot of the areas that the families did come from on this side. Then we go from Samuel King to, let's see, we go to Henry Cogan. So we have William King after Samuel King, the Judith Cogan. So Cogan, and then we get down to, let's see, the last Cogan here, John Cogan family, down through, Magnus, Duke. Then we get to Wilhelm von Braunschweig. And we get to Wilhelm von Braunschweig again. And we're going to move over to Duke of Brunswick, and then again back to Magnus II of Brunswick. And then we go to, from the Brunswick, Magnus Brunswick side to John George, Elector of Brandenburg, Duke of Prussia. And then we get to George von Saxony, the Bearded. That's these people, I have no idea who they are. Then we get back into some of the female lines of Princess Barbara. Poland, Elizabeth von Habsburg. Then we go to another set of the female line, Elizabeth von Luxembourg, to Barbara of Cilia, or Cilia, I don't know. Then we move to Kaiser, Charles the IV, Manzelka, Liska, who the heck is that? Right? You can't even pronounce his name. Král Václav Rimslovek II, Král Václav Wenceslas. Let me get from Wenceslas, King Philip Hohenstaufen. So we have Hohenstaufen, Frederick Barbarossa, the Emperor of Germany. And we're moving along to Emperor of Germany. Let's see, this would be the Countess Beatrice line. So let's back in the female line. Then we have back to the male. Diepold von, whoever he is. Diepold von Cham. Sorry if I'm butchering this, and this is your last name. Henry Heinrich. Actually, I think that, no, it is right. Heinrich. Margrave Berthold I, Arnulf the Bad, Duke of Bavaria. Oh, nope, wrong one, not the Duke of Bavaria. We go to Judith von Sukloth, Duchess of Bavaria. I should have known that. Definitely, probably Bavaria, and let's see, what else is in Franken. And then go back to Conter to whoever that is, the Pious, Louis the First the Pious. Then back to another Kaiser, Karl de Groot, Kaiser Karl de Groot, Pepin the Third de Corte. Let's see, was it Charles the Hammer? Yes, it was Charles the Hammer. Back up to Pepin II. Then we go to, I believe it's Saint Anne-Saint-Gesell, whoever that is. And then we go, now this is where we get interesting because we're getting into some of the saints now. So Dodd Cloth of Metz, Doda, Saint Arnulfus, nope, Ode, back to the female line there, Ingeborga, nope, Charbot, Nobleman Neustria, whoever that is, King Clotaire I, Miracle Baby, had no mom and dad, obviously, but Ingadin von Thuringen. So we get to Thuringen, Burgundy. Then we have the General Roman Empire, whoever that is. Okay, and that produces this septimania. Looks like Celine Dion with septimania. Sounds like a disease. Prince Nassim of septimania. And are you ready? Here it comes. Fredimundus. From Fredimundus we have King Pharamond, and King Pharamond is actually spelled incorrectly. So Pharamond, then we have Frodomund ap Boaz. Boaz ap Tuturel. Tuturel ap Manuel. Manuel Catholici, whatever. Then whatever he is. And then we have Aminda ben Jose, whoever that is. And then we get really interesting. Jose ben Joseph, Josaphat ha David, and then finally Jesus ha David and Mary Magdalene. Wow, that is just crazy, right? And then, of course, can't forget part of the line, Saint Joseph and Holy Mother Mary. So, anyways, there. I proved to you now I am related to Jesus. Hopefully lightning does not strike me.